It's not too often that I deliberately go and look for a Geelong fan to talk to. What year were you born, Christopher Gillin? Let's just start this straight away. What year were you born?
I was born in 91.
So the year after, 1992, your football team was devastated by the mighty West Coast Eagles when Peter Matera gave Riccardi a bath and we won our first premiership against you. Then when you were 3, we repeated the dose.
Yes, you did.
Just had to get a couple good shots in there early because I think they're the only times that we played in grand finals together, I think, our respective teams. But anyway, I'll save a bit of that stuff for later on. Firstly, mate, it's good to catch up with you. I see you rolling a new beanie. It's freezing in Mildura. It's about 10, so it must be cold as balls in Warrnambool, I imagine.
Yeah, it's freezing down here. Very windy and wet.
Yeah, well, could be like that in January.
Yeah, it could be.
Have you always been a Warrnambool boy?
Yep.
Okay. And I suppose people outside it, they only get to see Warrnambool during classic time where, you know, the place is full and it's rocking and it's, you know, the weather's generally good. Is it kind of like that most times of the year or is it just a different level?
It's sort of like that most of the time, but yeah, it goes to a different level in January.
Yeah, yeah. How cold does it get in winter?
Pretty cold sometimes. I just hide inside when it's cold.
Yeah. What am I interrupting you from doing today?
Not much, just watching TV.
I get a bit of a plug in here on my hat. You can see my hat, seeing as you got yours in, and I'm rolling the ABR, the Oranger Boys Racing, Oranger Brothers Racing hoodie, and I'm rolling the ABR mug as well, mate. So I'm fully rolling this thing, but I got to get a bit of chatting with Shoe Rat stuff in shortly as well. Now I can't show you my shoes on my feet because it'd be too difficult. I'm not that flexible, but I do. These are the longest shoelaces in the world, Christopher. What the hell? They're very hard to lace up under pressure. Liam Fitz got me a beauty on the infield at Premier when I couldn't lace them up.
Yeah,
how many have you sold of these?
Too many. There's been thousands and thousands of pairs. I wouldn't have a rough, even know how many.
Yeah, wow. So let's go back here and tell me about your family. Who's in your family? Who's the main thrust of the Gillin house?
We got mum and dad, and I did have another brother, Aaron.
Yep.
He died of the same disease that I've got. So that was 2 and a bit years ago now. So
yeah, 2017, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Coming up on 3 years. Just incredible how time flies. Tell me about mum and dad, mate. They must be remarkable people. I mean, I guess all mums and dads are remarkable. All mums and dads can piss you off when you're a kid as well. But tell me about your mum and dad.
Yeah, they've been great ever since. Obviously, when we got diagnosed, I was about 3, I think. Just since then, mum put our whole life on hold, basically, and just become a full-time carer just to look after us all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is, for people that haven't, we've all heard of it, Christopher. Is it Christopher or Chris or Gillo? What do you get, mate? Whatever you call me. That's How about I'll just go with ladies' man, because you're the only guy who has a harem of beautiful women that are always surrounding you, and you're always putting photos of you surrounded by these hotties up. So we'll just go with ladies' man.
Right. Yeah.
What is muscular dystrophy, mate?
Well, probably the basic way to explain it is a muscle wasting condition. So gradually your muscles start fading away, and obviously your heart and your lungs and all that are muscle as well. So eventually they just stop working. So
you basically, that's just where Aaron got. Aaron got to that point where it just shut him down.
Yeah. He's always probably been worse off than what I am. And yeah, it just come around a lot quicker for him.
Yeah, okay. Since you started awareness for this whole concept, and I love the fact that it's Warrnambool, it's like MDAW, it's specific to Warrnambool. You've been able to rally the racing community a lot, haven't you? And I often see, I know when I'm on Facebook, because it'll come up, Christopher Gillin tagged you in a post. You're a bit of a serial, and I love that. You're always out there spreading the word, and social media's been good for you to get the word out, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's been the best thing about it. We just grew from a little page and just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And then once Speedway got involved, that was a fairly big push to our campaign as well.
Now, your post today was a photo of James McFadden, I think, of the Monty Motorsports car with J-Mac down the side. J-Mac's a regular, well, these days a Warrnambool local, though he is from Alice Springs, all right? I just want to remind you, he's an Ali Plings boy, as his dad would say.
Reclaiming now.
Yeah, you people always do that. It's like Aussies with Kiwis.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the people that have gotten on board. Corey McCullough's a big supporter of yours as well with that. Tell me about some of the people that do support you.
Yeah, so we got Corey McCullough and Brock Howard are actually ambassadors for us.
Yep.
They've been with us from the start, and Corey even won the Classic with our sticker on his car and the green laces in. So, yeah, but pretty much most drivers you go up to pretty happy to put a sticker on. Just a few that are still like superstitious with green, but that's all right.
Mate, Steve Kinser changed all that when he changed to the Quaker State car, so he threw it out the window. Where did the idea of the shoelaces come from, Christopher?
Well, when we were way back at the start, we were doing a fundraiser, a footy game. It was between Warrnambool and Camperdown.
Yep.
And we thought, how can we get the green in? Because green is the international muscular dystrophy colour.
Yep.
We thought, how about some shoelaces? And then after that, people kept asking about them, so we just kept getting more and more.
Where do you get them produced?
They get shipped out from China now.
I knew you were going to say that. Wish I hadn't asked that question. We need to get them produced locally now, Christopher.
Need to find somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Let's put that out during the chat right now. Someone in Australia is going to have some form of distribution for these shoelaces, because we need to work out a way that happens locally now, just based on the way the world is at the moment. What a great idea, though. That whole idea from footy laces has expanded to normal shoelaces. Yeah,
it just went nuts after that. So we just kept running with it, and then we got to like in February this year, we actually become a foundation now. So we're the Gillin Boys Foundation.
Yep.
It's still Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Warrnambool as well, but yeah, it's another big step. So our legacy keeps going for longer, I suppose.
So who was it that suggested the idea of the foundation?
That was David Cassidy from Cassign.
Yeah.
Our friend, who you were talking about before, T. Fitzy.
Yep.
It was his idea, and he went to Butch about it, and they just thought that would be a good idea to run with.
Who would have thought a guy called David Cassidy would end up with the nickname of Butch?
Yeah.
Amazing. There's a really cool photo on your page of a couple of the catters, I think, holding up the laces as well.
Yeah.
Where did the Geelong Football Club, how did they become involved? Did you just hammer them down and say, here's what I want to do? Like, how did it happen?
Well, we've been going to the footy since, I think, 2002. We started going all the time, and we got to know a fair few of the boys, so they were just pretty happy to jump on board anyway.
Who have been some of the most proactive cats in that sort of world?
Well, Jimmy Bartel was one of the main ones, and of course Gazza Jr.
Yep.
Even when he left, he was still in contact with us a lot. So
really,
yeah, he's a good friend.
That's mint. Now, as you know, I'm a West Coast Eagles boy. I can appreciate there's another team. We got Kelly, and he went by himself. We didn't pinch him. He wanted to come to us. Just putting that out there for you, Gillo. Mate, I'm impressed that you know the Cats, but I have to be honest with you, mate. Kid Rock kind of that's sort of a bit more next level for me. How did that all happen?
That was another one of Aaron's ideas.
Yeah.
He was coming out as the headline, the opening act for Bon Jovi, and Aaron saw that and he's always wanted to meet him. So that was another Facebook campaign he started, and it got all the way to Kid Rock, and we got to meet him.
So tell me what that was like, mate. Like, he's such a cool cat. To me, he seems like such a cool guy. What was he like in person? Or was it very rushed? Or tell me about the day.
The day was really good. We were down there early, and we actually got upgraded to front row seats from Bon Jovi himself.
Oh,
so
wow.
Because they got heard about it too, and they're like, they can't sit way back there. We'll move them up the front.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then so it was at Etihad, so we're down in underneath where the players normally get ready for footy. Yep. And he sat down and was talking away, and then Bon Jovi were getting ready to start playing. He's like, do you guys want to go? And we're like, nah, we're right, we'll sit here. He's like, I grabbed another beer and sat back down with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So what stuff did you talk about? Like, he was just like, was he a really down to earth kind of a dude?
Yeah, really down to earth. And him and Aaron hit it off really well because they're both love wrestling so much. So
Yeah, wow.
and then so a couple of weeks after he went home, then we got a box at the door full of all his merch and CDs and stuff that he went and packed himself on his only day off. So
Wow.
it's pretty cool.
That kind of stuff must really remind you, Chris, of the goodness in people. You know, that even someone like that who's achieved a level of superstardom like Kid Rock, that he could stop and do something for a couple of knucklehead brothers in Warrnambool, Victoria, a joint he would have never even heard of.
Yeah, it's just really good to, and yeah, he was just so down to earth. Like if you listen to his music, you wouldn't expect him to be the way he is, but he's such a great bloke.
Well, it's funny because, I mean, I'm a big Kid Rock fan as well. And you know who else is? Robbie Farr. Robbie Farr loves getting juiced up to, I don't know whether Robbie's told you that or not, but he loves, whenever he used to fly from Perth, you know, backwards and forwards when he was living over in God's country, he would tune into Kid Rock flying in to get himself all, you know, in the zone. But a lot of Kid Rock songs are actually pretty, they're pretty emotional songs. They're not all, you know.
Yeah, a lot of his newer stuff too is a lot more laid back now. He's settled a bit, but yeah, it's all his music all has meaning behind it.
Have you got a favourite?
Probably Born Free.
Yeah, that's the one that Robbie loves.
Yeah, good song.
Beer with Dad's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one too. Yeah.
And he's got a nice one he dedicates to his ex-wife. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We won't play that one at the moment.
No.
Throw up a couple of links. Mate, I talked about your harem before, and I say that, you know, just with my tongue in my cheek, but you have some beautiful girls inside and out that are part of your world. Tell me who they are and what they do.
I've been with them for a long time. So there's Jess Jess and Hayley I've been with since prep.
Yep.
Then there's Laura, she come about grade 3, and then I met Kate when I started year 7. So they've been around a long time, and they take me out for tea and stuff. So mum and dad don't have to and all that sort of stuff, which is cool.
Yeah. Now, I bumped into you last time at the Classic over in Turn 3 over near the Lucas Oil stand. Is that where I bumped into you and Dad there? Where do you guys watch the Classic from?
Yeah, that's where we sit in front of the grandstand there. There's a concrete slab that got put in. I emailed for a couple of years to get that to happen, so that was good.
That's you would have been right near where Justin Clark and you know, all the Americans from the Doug Tour were sitting, because they had reserve seats. I bought them and organised them reserve seats up in the terrace, and they wanted to be up nice and close to the fence. So you're the same.
Yeah, you got to be down near it.
Why Speedway, Chris? Like, where did your family get that love of Speedway?
Dad's always gone since he was a kid, so I just started going with him since I was little. Yeah.
What's a normal day for you like, mate? Like, how do you occupy your time? Everybody's sort of locked down these days, you know, with the pandemic situation. But your life maybe not greatly different to that. Well, what do you normally do during the day?
It's usually a lot of TV watching and obviously doing our page and getting awareness out there. So a lot of that. It's basically a normal day. So like Speedway days are just like an outing.
Yeah.
The majority of the time I'm at home.
Yeah. Is it a difficult process to get places, Christopher? Like with your wheelchair, it's electric. What sort of mobility does that give you, mate?
Yeah, I can get around a fair bit. I think the chair will last 22 k's if you went straight through with it.
Yeah.
But we've got a van that drives me around, and it's pretty easy to get around if we want to.
Mate, what's tyre wear like on the chair, mate? Do you have to just got to go easy on the right rear sometimes when there's no cushion?
No, not too bad now. When I was at school, because we were driving on concrete all the time, wear it a bit more. In the old chairs, we used to be able to do donuts, so we'd wear them out a bit more then.
I can't imagine. You know, it would be a big effort for any parent to look after one of their children in this situation. So it must have been just so draining and so physical for mum and dad to have both you boys in that situation.
Yeah, it's amazing what they've been able to do, and they've always done it themselves. They've never had anyone come in and help, so it's pretty proud of them for that.
How do you get it, Christopher? What is it, a genetic thing? Is it like how does it happen?
I think it gets passed on from the mum side.
Yep.
It's just a breakdown in some chromosomes that weren't quite there. So, yeah.
And there's several different versions of it, isn't there? There's like about 8 or 9 different versions of it.
Yeah, there's 9 different types. We've got Duchenne, which is the most common childhood one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about this clown on my hat here, because he's got a huge heart, Stewie, and I know that he'll even be getting emotional watching this when he watches it back, because he just cares about people, you know, whether it's the Darleys, whether it's the Gillins. He's like everyone's little favourite puppy dog. Like, he just burrows in and gets involved, doesn't he? How did Stu McCarthy become part of your world, mate?
So, a long time ago, back in 2001, we were doing a fundraiser to get our van that we've still got now, and he had some contacts to get some stuff to sell off the auction. Yep. And known him since then.
Yeah, so he would have been about 4'5", 4'6" then probably, and probably not a great deal different now, Gillo.
Still about the same size now. A few more greys now, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got that George Clooney sort of look rolling. But he gives a lot of his time and a lot of himself with it all, doesn't he? I know he really pushes hard with that side of things, and but that's also because you're a good bloke, Chris. You know, if you were you've got a lot of great friends, mate. I think a lot of people, want to help because they genuinely want to help muscular dystrophy awareness Warrnambool, but they also know that it's helping, you and your family. How does the resources you raise help? Where does it go to?
So we share our money between Muscular Dystrophy Australia and Save Our Sons, which is the Duchenne Foundation. Yeah. So a lot of their money goes into research, or you can give it to like equipment they may need. They buy a lot of that for kids as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just give it all to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Where is the best place to find this kind of stuff that you're talking about, like your Facebook page and website and, things like, where's the best social to find you, mate?
Right, Facebook, I'm always on there, so it's probably the easiest one to contact me on. So just Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Warrnambool.
Yep.
But yeah, we do have a website too, GillinBoysFoundation.com. Yeah.
And people can either purchase how much are the beanies?
Beanies are $30.
Yep.
And we got, the shoelaces are $3 a pair. And we've got 3 different size stickers as well.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It does, they're very long, these things, mate. I got put under pressure because Fitz was videoing me at the base of the little scaffold in the middle, and I had these really finicky little holes in the shoes.
Yeah.
The old shoes are copping a hammering, but I actually buy new shoes, and I need to replace the shoelaces as well. So we can buy them online, and I guess you could do a pack. You could say, hey, give me a couple of beanies and give me 5 sets of shoelaces, and you'll cut them, some sort of deal.
Yeah. You're always down for that.
Yeah, good. So what are you going to do during winter with no footy, mate? No Catters. You're going to tell me that they would have won this year with the little general and would have been his last year and winning the premiership, I guess?
Yeah, we would have been if it was going ahead, but yeah. I've been watching a lot of old footy games. The 89 grand final was quite good to watch, even though we lost.
So that was the one, tell me if I'm wrong, that was the one where Yates ran through Brereton right at the bench down.
Yeah, got him before he got anyone else.
Yeah, and then the mongrel got up and was best on ground with both ribs. So how did that work?
Didn't work out too well at all.
That old footy, the footy vault stuff they've got on Channel 7 at the moment. Well, how old are you now? So let me just do the maths here. So you would be 28, 29, something like that?
Yeah, 28, yeah.
So watching that footy in the 90s when the Eagles were just reigning supreme, and the Catters were massive as well, with the original Gary Ablett and, Billy Brownless and Buddha Hocking and, Neville Braun and Couchy.
Yep.
Yeah, phenomenal. Bairstow, I think, played for you guys as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of really great West Aussies played for Geelong in that period.
Yeah, there was.
Such a better game to watch back then in the 90s, mate. I don't like footy that much these days compared to that free-flowing footy in the 90s. I know I get in trouble for saying that. What do you make of it all?
Yeah, I've been quite enjoying it. Just the way they're always on the go. That's what I like that about it. The game's probably harder now, but it's different. Yeah, I like the game now too, but it has been good watching the free flowing, just get it and go footy.
No flooding, no crowding, a lot of arm swinging going on, and the umpires then put the whistle away, don't they? Like they don't put the whistle anywhere near as much as they do now.
No, they just let it go.
Have you been watching much iRacing?
I've watched a little bit of it, yeah.
I see Jock Goodyear was kicking their ass in America with it, and suddenly they didn't want him to play anymore.
I did see that, actually.
What's up with that?
Don't know what's going on. I have to get out their old DVDs as well. Watch Corey win the Classic again. That was one of my favourite memories.
How did his number end up on the main straight with the line marking machine that next day?
No idea.
No idea.
I was probably thinking Jared Payne, though.
And I was thinking McKean was involved as well at some point. There's some real rat bags that live in that area.
What crazy.
Warrnambool life, Chris? What is it about Warrnambool life that's such a great place to live?
I just like it's close to the ocean. You can just go for a walk down there whenever you want, and it's just a nice little country town, really. Yeah.
5 seasons in one day.
Yeah, well, you get that.
You don't like the weather? Just wait a minute.
Yeah.
You got the flying horse. You can go down and hang out with Millsy in the pits and just talk about nothing. And like you said, some great race teams, there as well. And so we're going to get people across the muscular dystrophy awareness. It's getting freezing cold. There's no better time than to buy a beanie. Now, are you running shoelaces out of the side of the beanies, or is that the tie-up for the beanie that you're rolling there?
No, it's just the headphones.
Okay.
Everything green.
Far out. You are committed, mate.
Yeah, we buy everything green now.
Yeah, that's good, mate. It's good. Is there anything you want to say to people out there as to how they can help and how they can get involved, or anybody that's helped you along the way, mate?
I'd like to thank everyone that has helped so far. It's just been amazing, especially in the Speedway community, how many teams just get behind it and whack a sticker on the car, which is good. And, if you want to get in contact with us, just get on the Facebook page, Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Warrnambool, and we can set something up.
Yeah, just I'm going to urge people to send some photos into you as well, mate, of the 92 and the 94 grand final. There's some images getting around of, Riccardi probably having a cry and Matera, celebrating with the win. And I wouldn't do that to you, mate. I do love talking to Stewie about that. He goes all quiet when I start talking about the Eagles 92 and 94, but that's okay.
Right. I was only little then, so I don't count that.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Didn't matter. And Gary Ablett Senior, who was that guy anyway, mate? You're a little general bloke now, right?
Yeah.
You know that Jeff Drew, like one thing I always loved about Geelong Cats, whenever we went with World Series, when we went to Avalon back in the day when I was involved in running it in that early 2001 through to 2007, during Speed Week, we would always line everybody up for the introductions, play the national anthem, and Jeff Drew would stand at the pit gate and yell out to me, "Go Cats!" At the end of the anthem. Every time. Although he went all dark on the Cats when they took Ablett back. He wasn't a fan of he later come back.
Yeah.
Hey, Lingy does a good job on broadcasting, doesn't he?
Yeah, Lingy's pretty good on there, yeah.
To look at him back in the day, Gillo, you wouldn't have thought there's going to be a media presenter one day because he is the world's most unattractive man, but does a good job.
Yeah, lucky he's smart, I think.
Yeah, no, he's got a great football brain.
Yeah, it must be hard to commentate on your own team too without sounding biased.
Like Brian Taylor does, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That Brian Taylor is a West Aussie, and he played for Richmond before Collingwood. But Bristol grew up down near Rockingham Way, down near Fremantle Way, and used to go to Claremont Speedway all the time. He's actually a big Speedway fan.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he asked, could he be involved in commentating the Speedway Grand Prix that Eddie had those couple of years. He actually asked if he could do it because he loves it so much. So I can put aside the Collingwood thing as much as I can and just embrace the fact he's a West Aussie who loves Speedway.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, it's good to catch up with you, mate. Make sure you stay warm with your cool beanie, and I hope everyone gets involved. And I'll put the link to your page, and I'm sure you will as well on this post when we put her up there. And good on you to your mum and dad. They're unbelievable people, mate. I'm so proud just of what they do for you and what they used to do for Aaron as well. And the guys like Stewie and your little harem as well, and everybody that helps you out with pumping out the good word. You make sure you stay warm and stay well, and you're an important part of our family, Christopher. Always remember that.
All right, thank you.
Good to talk to you, buddy.
Good to talk to you too.
Go and watch that grand final, 92 and 94. Take your pick, mate.
I've heard all about them. I don't need to
It's
watch
a really
it.
good game, mate. You'll love it.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
See ya.